here to Disney! Oh wait, they've already been in Disneyland for some time. I'm on to you, you dirty rat. Oh, hey, welcome to my review of Disney's latest animated movie, Raya and the Last Dragon. Did I watch it because I had a burning desire to see it? Not exactly. 1, I saw it because I've been wanting to have a theater experience again, and yes, I saw it in theaters. And 2, it's really important that we support the original work coming out right now. If you're sick and tired of remakes, reboots, spin-offs, sequels, prequels, and rip-offs, the only thing you can do to get it through to companies silencing creative voices is to vote with your dollar. Watch the fresh stuff and completely ignore the remakes. Anywho, because I don't want to spend time and all eternity cooped up in my house and I don't want my local small businesses to die, I found myself watching this movie not for $30 on Disney+. Well, I was pleasantly surprised with this film. I mean, not because it was amazing, but more so because it succeeded in exceeding my expectations. Wow, that's a tongue twister. My expectations for Disney films have gotten so low that anything that isn't corporate slock feels good. But as a whole, is Raya good? I would say it sits at a solid 3 stars out of 5. I will have to disclose some information to make some of my points, so if you hate spoilers, you would do well to stop watching now. I'll only reveal what's necessary though. The basic plot is that Kumandra, the land they live in, becomes overrun with Droon, creatures born from human discord. When the Droon touch you, you turn to stone. The dragons who brought life to the world with water managed to capture all the Droon, but all turned to stone in the process of making a gem which absorbed all of their magic, and Sisu disappears. This just makes the humans fight over who gets the dragon gem, and they divide their lands into 5 territories named after the pieces of the dragon. Generations later, Raya's family is the one guarding the stone, and Raya's dad, weary from a divided Kumandra, invites all the tribes to come together for a meal to mend friendships. Raya befriends a girl from Fang and takes her to the place where the gem is guarded. Of course she does, dang it, Raya. So yeah, it was a trap, and people fight over it, break the gem, and each tribe takes a piece. The gem breaking rebirths the Droon, and people turn to stone. Then we get a jump to 6 years later, where Raya finds Sisu, and she realizes the dragon gem magic allows Sisu to use the magic. Also, for the love of all that's holy, who designed her? When I saw the leaked concept art from the convention, I liked what I was seeing, but this is just furry art meets My Little Pony. We see a flashback of Sisu's brothers and sisters, and they look even worse! As a dragon connoisseur, this just hurts. Anyway, the setup of the plot is super complex, but the whole movie is basically Raya and Sisu collecting the rest of the gems to fix the world. So what was good about this film? First and foremost, the art and music was just gorgeous. Everything was visually stunning and clearly inspired from authentic cultures. The soundtrack beautifully complemented what was happening on screen, with culturally inspired sounds blended with traditional orchestral music. Everything was just easy on the eyes. Every frame was balanced and beautiful. Except for the ones with dragons in them. All of the characters were fun and intriguing. I personally didn't like Raya or Sisu, which is unfortunate since they're the main protagonists, but I'll get back to that. I love that each character has a distinct personality and background. I love Boone, the funny preteen in his shrimp boat. I love Tong with his fierce countenance but gentle sweet soul of a father. Noi and her trio of monkeys is a delight. I thought I would hate a Con Baby, especially after movies like Boss Baby came into existence, but it worked because she didn't talk and was visually expressive. Most of all, I can feel that this movie had a lot of love and effort put into making it. A movie with heart, and that's what makes the rest of this painful, because it literally had all the ingredients to be something that stands above other animated films, but its shortcomings held it back way too much. Nothing hurts more than seeing squandered potential. Basically, overall the essence of goodness, but bad execution. The main issue is that the number of characters and settings were far too many to develop any of them properly, so when we have serious moments with them, I just don't feel anything. I really wanted to get to see each land and its people in more depth, since the core of this film suggests that they feel too different to get along. Basically, it needed to be a TV series like Avatar: The Last Airbender to allow us ample time to fall in love with every character and country. I love the characters that joined the quest so much, but we aren't introduced to any of them until a quarter of the way through the film. It's kind of like the Be Our Guest scene from Beauty and the Beast, where Belle only gets a chance to taste the food from each dish before they are whisked away from her. We're getting tastes of awesome stuff, but in the end we leave the theater feeling unsatisfied because we didn't get a chance to dig in. Other issues involved editing. I bet you didn't know editing was used in animated features, did you? I swear to goodness the editing was giving me story whiplash. Jokes had a hard time landing.
The nice thing though, hey, wanna help us save the world? Because all it takes is one gem piece. Yes! I've been waiting for someone to ask me. Here you go.
Also, we get the title card at the beginning and the end of the movie, and I thought that was kind of weird. And there was a really bad cut from one scene to the next where it almost felt like Sisu wasn't done talking. And this was when she was talking about how she needed water after eating really spicy food. And I thought it was going to lead to something like her freaking out or throwing up or something. But then the cut is just really jarring. It goes from Sisu gasping to people of Fang riding their giant cats with epic music.
Water! Boone! Captain Boone! We need water on deck!
So that was weird. The action sequences in this film have no tension. The actual fighting choreography is really good. It's based off of real martial art styles, and it's awesome to watch, but story-wise the scenes fall flat because I don't know who has an advantage or who's stronger, etc. Each gem piece feels like it's way too easy to get, and again, this is because they had to squeeze a lot into a short runtime, and that's why the action feels meaningless. Sisu is insufferable to watch. She's the primary character to make cringy modern references that don't match the tone or style to the movie.
Have you ever done like a group project, but there's like that one kid who didn't pitch in as much, but still ended up with the same grade?
Her voice is so annoying. Like Disney, if you want me to be impressed by a mystical, ethereal Asian dragon, maybe you shouldn't design her to look like a furry My Little Pony reject with a husky smoker voice making modern lingo jokes that don't land. Raya seems kind of self-centered, and her personality is grating on me. I know the point is that she doesn't trust anyone, and it's okay that she has this hubris. What bothers me is that she doesn't have a lot of redeeming qualities. I mean, she has a good relationship with her dad, so that's good. And for a split second, you see her feel compassion for the baby crying in an alleyway, but later you see her trick Noi into playing hide and seek so she doesn't have to deal with her. Raya also makes it clear how she doesn't like children when she says,
"Remind me to never have kids."
Basically, it was beaten into your head that she has trust issues.
You can't trust anyone.
But we don't get any moments of her other qualities. And look, the audience is smart. We'll be able to pick up on the theme of trusting people without having to be told by characters over and over in every scene. So, I think if the writers wanted to stick to a 90-minute flick, I would improve it in these ways. Remember Atlantis' large cast of characters? They were introduced within the first 10 minutes of the film, so there was a lot of time to get to know all of them. If we are to keep a large main cast, the film should have begun with Raya meeting them after the world has fallen apart, and then joined together to search for Sisu. There wouldn't be a dragon gem, but it would take them all half the runtime to find Sisu. Having them work together would allow us to see their mannerisms and characters much better, and even give us possible changes to glimpse at the cultures they came from. Sisu wouldn't talk, but we'd get a sense of her mysticism and personality through her behaviors. Every time Raya trusts another person, it could unlock another power of Sisu. It wouldn't be until the end of the film that Raya finally makes the connection that she's able to make the step to trust her rival. With Sisu's powers fully unlocked, she is able to revive the dragons, and all the people turned to stone by Druun. So, anyway, it's a film. I think it's worth watching at least once, but it isn't one I could easily return to as a guilty pleasure. Do I regret seeing it? Not at all. And hopefully I'm not eating my own harsh criticisms when I attempt to make my own films in the future. I'm really happy to see that there's more original stuff coming out. So let me know in the comments what you thought of that movie, Raya and the Last Dragon. I hope you have enjoyed joining me on this adventure. But now it is time for you to find your own.
Tong will fall up with his giant axe of bad axery.